This is kind of an aside, but today is Father's Day. And you may not know this, but Father's Day is the second most popular of the parent-themed holidays. But that's not what this video is about. I have been ruminating. Okay, a little bit of a refill. Here's why I've been ruminating, and while the ultimate decision isn't that tough, it's been a lot of thinking leading up to this. And so here's the thing. You guys know that I gave up all social media in last December. The holdout, in a way, was YouTube. There's a little bit there's two sides to the YouTube story about whether YouTube is social media or not. Some people, they're like, it's YouTube social media, and I'm like, yeah, but not for me. It's like a creative platform. It's posting videos. This is not about whether it's social media or not. I don't really give a crap. The question for me giving up the other social media things, Facebook, Twitter, etc., was simply is this moving me forward as a person? Is it moving my career forward? Is it helping people in the way that I want to help people? If the answer was no, then was a pretty simple decision. When it came to YouTube, I had a lot of thinking. It actually wasn't even on my plate in the beginning because I love it in the sense of I love doing videos the way that I love doing my podcast. If people comment on it, that's fine, like they can comment on my podcast. Where it got a little tricky was when I started to hear things about the company itself and their practices. The stuff I was hearing was eerily similar to Facebook. And while I deleted Facebook primarily to see what my life would be like without social media, the nature of the company itself definitely played a factor. In other words, if they're gonna be that shitty, then I don't want any part of them. I don't want to be involved with them. Well, now YouTube's kind of the same thing. And so I've been hearing more things. I saw a piece that Samantha Bee did on YouTube. I heard a podcast that I talked about in my podcast. And so the question simply was this, do I feel okay being on a platform that behaves this way? And the answer is no, pretty clearly. Where the ruminating came in was, this is a big part of my work, this and my podcast. So here we are. I have lots and lots of videos on my channel. What I've decided to do is not delete the channel. I'm going to leave it up because in some small way, and by small I mean look at my numbers, they ain't that great, but I am helping people and I have gotten my message across in part to this platform. Right now I'm going to stop posting on YouTube, and it's really, that's like a hard thing for me because again, I love making videos. So my goal now is to figure out if I'm going to maybe post to Vimeo, if I'm going to look for some other platform that is not so douchey, and figure out where I can put my work that makes sense to me. And so that's where I'm at on this. However, sign up for my mailing list at my website. You'll see it at the end of this video. This podcast is still alive and well, totally loving it and really happy with the work I've been doing on that. And I deleted the YouTube app off my phone. I'm not going to visit that platform, which is going to be a little bit of a weaning process too, because I watch videos on it. And so that's where I'm at. And yeah, it's like I'm shedding all this stuff. And as difficult as this has been, I think like most decisions in life, maybe, we already know the answer, and it's just a little bit of time to sort of shed away the stuff and then to get to the actual below the surface nitty gritty, which is like, oh yeah, of course, not that tough of a decision when it comes down to it. So this is gonna be my last video. If YouTube gets their act together and starts behaving responsibly in the marketplace, I'm right back in the business. I've talked about it on the podcast before, and you guys should, I hope you listen to the podcast. but this is partly our fault for expecting things for free. And so when we expect things for free and a company has got to make money, if they don't have an ethic, a moral compass, then they're gonna do whatever it takes to make money. And we've got to figure out as a culture really what it's worth it for, what's worth it for us to pay for, so that this kind of behavior isn't happening as much. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Sid, whoop-de-frickin-do, you've got hovering around 1,600 subscribers, which is pissant. Your videos on average get a few hundred hits. What difference does it make? And you're totally right. This is not gonna make a big difference to YouTube at all. They won't know, they don't care. But it makes a difference to me.
No sé cómo decirte, no sé cómo explicarte.